Whether you want to protect your lovely locks or if you have dry, lifeless hair, you've come to the right place because today I'm going to introduce you to some magical oils that should transform your hair if used regularly. So keep watching and let's get started. Sasha, my name is Sasha and welcome to today's episode. It's smart to give your hair a little TLC so that you can protect it from the everyday damage it goes through on a daily basis. And by daily practices, I mean washing your hair, brushing it, styling it, coloring it. All of these things damage the structure of your hair. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to stop doing those things, obviously. You just want to protect your hair a little so it stays nice and beautiful. The damage is going to make your hair look frizzy, broken, and dry. Who wants that? No one. Let me break it down to you really quick before we get into the mask, and make sure you stay and watch until the end because I'm going to share with you a couple of bonus tips, and you want to make sure you know what to expect with this mask so you're not freaking out if something seems abnormal. The reason I do this as a pre-shampoo treatment is because your hair is most vulnerable when it's wet. Anytime the outer layer, the cuticle, is damaged, you're going to be leaving the rest of your hair susceptible to damage because the cortex is going to lose fibrous protein, and that's going to make your hair more fragile and vulnerable. We won't get into too many details about this, but basically when it's wet, there are subtle structural changes that causes it to absorb water and makes it more fragile. My little healthy concoction here is designed to do 3 things for your hair. It's designed to fortify it, making it longer, stronger, thicker, and just overall better. Those aren't actually the 3 things it's designed to do, but I was trying to make a point. The 3 things that this little concoction does for your hair is that it moisturizes your hair, reducing breakage. It protects your hair from protein loss when it's wet. That's why I use it as a pre-wash treatment, if you follow my directions anyhow. And to protect it from the elements: sun, wind, smoke, all the stuff in the environment. Treatment frequency. If you're wondering how often to use this, that's entirely up to you. You can use it once a week or once in a while. I would prefer to use it regularly so you can actually get beautiful shiny hair. Alright, let's get started with this mask business already. All you need is coconut oil and castor oil. Optional oils are almond oil and tea tree oil, which I will be using in this video, and I definitely recommend those too, but like I said, they are optional. Step 1. Mix a small amount of coconut oil with an equal amount of castor oil. Using too much, and that's why I recommend just half a teaspoon, is going to cause your hair to look greasy, and there's going to be oil buildup in your hair and scalp, so it's just not going to look good. Don't do it. That's going to make your hair look dull and greasy, especially if you have more fine hair. How much you use is going to depend on the length of your hair as well as the texture of your hair. So I recommend starting out with a small amount and gradually increasing the amount of the oils depending on if it's saturating all of it or not. I also like to add a couple of drops of almond oil into the mix. Last, I add tea tree oil, a few drops, and the reason for this is because the smell of coconut oil is pretty offensive, so I'm not going to subject anyone to that, including myself. Basically, it looks like the tea tree made the oil completely clear, so it's diluted the coconut, and it smells more like tea tree now, so hopefully it won't be stinky at all. Massage it in your hair, starting at the scalp and working your way down. Leave it in for at least 20 minutes. Once I massage it into my hair, I generally just do a bun on top of my head, but you can actually use a shower cap to make sure it gets really saturated in there. Note to self, it's also important to regularly get a little trim so you don't have a lot of split ends and your hair looks nice and fresh. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do that for quite some time, and as you can see, it is quite long and not in the best condition. Now that the mask is on, let's get back to the video while it works its magic. I'll explain how to get it all out and what to expect towards the end of the video. I just want you to know the purpose of using these. Why am I using these oils specifically? Well, let's start with coconut oil. Coconut oil keeps your hair looking healthy by reducing protein loss. Of course, I had to find some scientific backing to this, so I found an experiment that looked at sunflower oil, coconut oil, and mineral oil. The study examined protein retention among the 3 different oils, and it found that coconut oil had the best protein retention after applying it either before or after washing your hair. Furthermore, it found that coconut oil actually reduced the protein loss in all types of hair, whether it was UV exposed, bleached, undamaged, or chemically treated hair. And what scientists speculate basically is that they think there's something in coconut oil structure, which is what it gives the superior ability to protect your hair. Next, let's discuss castor oil. Castor oil is a very intense moisturizer, and it can help your dry or damaged hair. It's rich in fats, so it can improve the flexibility of your hair, improve the moisture and the strength of your hair, and on top of all of that, it has anti-inflammatory properties. Our next oil is one of my favorites. It's almond oil. I love almonds, so of course almond oil, I'm naturally going to gravitate towards it. That can strengthen your hair, it'll moisturize your hair, soften it, and repair it in a way anyways. Almond oil also has antioxidants, and it's known to improve your blood flow, so when you massage it into your scalp, it gives you an extra spa relaxation feeling. Almond oil is overall great because it's super versatile. You could use it for your hair, your skin, your nails. Plus, it even has vitamin B7, which is biotin, and it's naturally SPF 5. The reason I'm using tea tree oil, as I mentioned before, is because of the offensive smell of coconut oil. And you get a cooling sensation, you get a little aromatherapy vibe, so I would recommend it. Now that I've gotten all that background stuff out of the way, maybe you've had this mask in your hair and you're wondering, how do I get it out? Let me give you some tips. What I like to do is I get in the shower, I rinse it out, I put in shampoo, massage it in, rinse it out, and do a second shampoo and rinse it out again. And the reason for that is because I don't want to look like a grease ball the next day, and it's pretty oily, so be patient and get it out, it's worth it. I always end up conditioning my hair after, but usually I'll just do the ends, and I don't know if that'll be particularly necessary for you, so I'll leave the conditioner part up to your discretion. Another side note, hair loss. So sometimes when you use these, especially the coconut oil, it feels like you're losing tons and tons of hair. You normally lose 50 to 100 strands of hair in a day, but because this oil makes it come out easily, it's gonna make it seem like you're losing a lot of hair. So don't panic, because what it's doing is there's hair that's already detached from your scalp. The oil is making it easier for it to come out. If you're wondering where to get the ingredients for this mask, just hop on Amazon. I'm leaving a link below if you want to use the ones that I use. I think they're great because they are pure, they last a long time, they're all natural, it's convenient, it's from Amazon. So there are 3 layers. Feels like I'm in biology class or something. So this is going to be your cuticle. And the cuticle is comprised of these overlapping scaly type things. There we go. The cuticle. And the cuticle is the tough and protective part of your hair. And when the cuticle is damaged, it's going to make the central parts of your hair more susceptible to breakage. And what's next is actually the thickest part of your hair structure, and this is the cortex. The cortex has a lot of fibrous proteins, which is kind of what I'm trying to make with these little specks. And a fun fact, the cortex also holds the pigment, which is what gives you the color of your hair. So this is going to be the thickest part. And last, we have in the very center, the medulla. And the medulla is the softest and most central part of your hair shaft. So if you have thick hair, you're going to have a larger medulla. And if you have thinner hair, your medulla is basically going to be non-existent, which is why fine hair is more susceptible to breakage. Alright, so the point of me drawing this out is to show you that when your cuticle, this outer part of your hair, is damaged by like a hairbrush even, oh my goodness, this is gonna be bad. It looks kind of like a shower. Well, that works too, there'd be like water coming out. So basically, when you brush your hair, comb it, wash it, and all that, you're damaging this layer, and that becomes compromised. And this is your first line of defense. So once this is damaged, say there's like an opening here now, then whatever is underneath is gonna get damaged too. So yeah, you wanna protect your hair inside out and outside in. I'd love to know if you guys end up trying it and your thoughts on it, so leave a comment below, and in case you're curious or have questions about this, leave a comment as well. Don't be shy. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day.